Welcome back to the second video of this mini-series. So last time we did the rough sketch, we got our proportions, basically the structure and the pose of our character has now been built. Now, we're gonna get onto the refined, a bit more of a refined sketch, so that's going to be us. We're gonna be adding the facial features, adding the hair, clothing, all that stuff. Basically, we're starting to build our character. We're gonna build our character. Later on, I will go through each and every part of the character and break it down and do a tutorial on it. So like, we're gonna do a video specifically on the eyes, one on the hair, one on the clothing, all that good stuff. But for now, we still gotta build our character. We're gonna take what our imagination picture from our imagination and create. All right, so let's go back to our little what we did last time when we traced. What we're gonna do in terms of like tracing and then recreating. So the original character, at least what I'm trying to recreate, is the original character. She's got like a sweater on, a scarf, and she's holding onto a Pokeball. Maybe you can do this same method and maybe it works for you. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go on Google Images. Yay, Google Images. Now, I went in the big wide world webs, wide world webs. I went in the big wide world webs, and guess what I found? I found the scarf that I like. Bam! I like this scarf. Very nice scarf. I want to use this scarf. The jumper. Bam! I like the look. I like how this artist made the jumper big and it looks poofy and big. I like that. Well, you can take that. I like, bam, how this artist put this pattern on the jumper. I like that pattern. We're gonna try and do that pattern. Bam, simple as shoes. We're keeping it simple. Simple as shoes. Bam, hair. I like this hair. I'm gonna try and recreate this hair. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of stuff going on here, right? First things first. When learning something, we need to trace. So, for the scarf, we'll start off with the scarf. Lower the opacity, and let's just get tracing. Just the scarf. And we want, especially with clothing, we want to understand where the folds are. All right, that's why we're tracing. Oh, okay, so the scarf is moving around like this, therefore these folds are gonna be showing up something like this, right? You got her neck, and then the sweater sits like that. Now we're only tracing what's important. So for this image, it's the scarf. So I don't really care about tracing anything else other than the scarf itself. The thing is, you don't need to keep it neat. You do not need to keep it neat, not at all. This is just to get the idea of how it's supposed to look like. Scarf done. Okay, so this is kind of what the scarf would look like on a person's neck. We can break this down even more. We can break this image down even more. So we know we've got our little neck. So remember, the neck is like a cylinder, right? And then our scarf, it's kind of kept this same thickness. I don't know how to explain it. Basically, you do a circle, bam, it's gonna stick to that thickness all around. Think of it like think of it kind of like, have you seen these freaking bracelets everywhere? Like, think of it like a bracelet, kind of like a bracelet. So if we're gonna take the concept of the bracelet and put it as a scarf, this is how we do it. So this is our breakdown image. So we've got the scarf is going around the neck like this. So we're gonna do ball, 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 ball. All right, get rid of that old sketch. Now we got this messy, what the heck's going on kind of sketch. So we can bring that down, and we got the neck and our scarf. We can just trace the scarf. Look at that. We can keep the thickness. Let me get rid of that ugly sketch, and voila! We've got this scarf around our neck. Continue breaking down the image even further. Just wham, rectangle. Easy. Wham. Simple. Simple pimple. Bum. Let's try and take this and let's chuck it on our character that we drew last time with our rough sketch. There. Basically, we have our scarf done. Now we move on to other things. So next, let's do the jumper. Let's do the jumper. There. That's basically the outline of the jumper. There. That is basically what I imagined the jumper to. I want the jumper to look like this. So now we redo what we've learned from these two things and we put it on our character. The pattern I'll do later. Patterns will be done when I do the clothing tutorial. For now, we just want to get the form. Just this poofy jumper is all we're gonna do. Let's do that on this model we have. And keep in mind, it really does not matter about doing 1,000 layers. If anything, I would try to avoid using 1,000 layers. Your image will end up looking really, really choppy and not so much as like an art piece. I don't know. When I used to do a lot of layers, it would look very choppy to me. The only time I use many layers is in the coloring process, and I think that's where it is needed the most. Jumper done. Now for my character, she was just wearing kind of leggings, so I didn't think there was a real point to getting a reference image because it's literally just leggings just follow the legs like that's it. That's really it. There's not much to it. It's not really fancy schmancy. It's very, very basic. As for the shoes, let's do some shoes now. Alright, shoes are done. Now, we can break down the shoes even further because shoes can be a little bit more complicated to do, but we're just getting a sketch. That's all we're doing. Just a sketch. Don't think too hard about it, but we just want to get the right form. So as you can see, the closer that the shoe is towards us, this top part is gonna face upwards. So kind of like fall, and then it goes out like that, and then you got the heel. The heel of your foot is this. This is the heel of your foot, and then you got this coming along, and then you can do whatever junk you want with the laces and whatever. So you've got the foot, the end where your toes are, the end of your foot, and then the ball of your heel. So we can break this down and we can chuck this over here. We can apply all that over here. Let's do that. Let's try and apply that. We have the heel of our foot, the heel of our foot. Then we have this part, and then we have this part, and then our shoe's gonna be like whoop, and then it's gonna be like a la, and then whack, and then and then bonk. The legging end like here, and then a bit of an ankle. That, and then shoelaces. That's a rough sketch. That's our rough sketch. Get that down, and now we do it a little bit neater, Last but not least, let's get these hands and these facial features. Let's get them down. I'm just gonna quickly do the hand. Don't worry, we'll go over hands later. Alright? Don't you worry. I'm just cleaning up what I had drawn here based off of this. Based off of this. Fast time. Hair. I like this hair. Hair very nice. Hair very spice. Alright, let's break down this hair. And I'm gonna make it super simple. Alright, again, we're gonna have a full hair tutorial. Right now, we wanna get the shape. We wanna get the idea. Alright? Break it down. So we have fringe. It's doing this thing. Right? Doing this thing. And then you got this one coming in like that. And it's coming down. And it's coming down. Now, notice, right, with hair, how it usually with our sketch we have a little head, right? The bold egg head. But the hair kind of sits, it's thick. Your hair's thick. Kind of sits on top of your egg head. Now, depending on the art style you're doing, so for this instance, I don't think it works too well, but usually the rule of thumb that I do to keep the thickness of the hair, I guess, proportionally right, is when you have your head, right? Or maybe it will work, this halfway point. So the little line that we do down the middle of the face, usually, and not all the time, usually I keep the thickness similar to half of this circle. So for this, it would be out here, but that's not the case. It's about half of that. So about half of your face or about a quarter. Depending on the art style, it's either half the face or a quarter of the face thick. Going around. So we got the part right there. Part right there. And now the hair kind of goes, it does like this, like zoom, zoom, and then a zoom. We're just breaking it down. We don't care about all these like other fancy loose hairs and stuff. That we'll worry about later. For now, we're just wanting to get the form and the idea of the hair down. So it's coming down. It's doing like and then you got this one coming out like that. Kind of like that. You have her ears, which are getting hidden behind the hair. The hair coming down like this, and then alright, now let's apply this concept over to this one. Alright, so let's build the face. Let's do the eyes, let's do the mouth, let's do all that. So this is our basic refined sketch. We have a better idea of what's happening now. Alright, we went from stinky sketch, and we made better sketch. Now I'm gonna apply this to the artwork, and yeah, you can see the progress of that. that's it for the cleaner sketch. It's still missing a lot of details, but that is the point. In the next coming videos, we'll go over a little bit more specific areas like the eyes, the mouth, the hair, all that good stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.